Hello everyone, we are in Aerospace Vehicle Structures lab, and in this you can have virtual inspection of all the structural components in this particular lab. So as you have already studied Aerospace Vehicle Structures 1 and Aerospace Vehicle Structures 2 subject, so here in this particular lab we are going to do the experiments on the topics which you have studied, most of the topics. So here, if you look at this one, so we have vision and mission program educational objectives for this particular lab, and on the right side you have program outcomes, POs, which we have to know before we learn this particular lab. Okay? And here you can see before you enter this lab, so what are the do's and what are the don'ts that we have to know, because as this is a structures lab and we deal with weights always, so we have to be very careful and caution before we proceed to any experiments. So those who study this lab, so you have to know what are the things to do and things not to do, that are all the things you should know. So in this Aerospace Vehicle Structures lab, we have 10 experiments to do, but as far as MLR 18 syllabus, we have 7 experiments to do in the curriculum. So if you look at this experiment, first experiment, so this equipment, we call it as buckling of columns. So it is a column setup, and where we find out the critical load for the column with different end conditions. So you can see here, these two are the columns. So this column is of 4 mm diameter and this column is of 6 mm diameter. So we have to insert these columns in this particular equipment, and you can change the end conditions, whether the columns both ends are fixed, whether the both ends are pinned, or one end is fixed, other end is hinged. So for all these cases, you can find out the critical load, that is what is the maximum load with which a column can bear without undergoes any kind of failure. So that is the experiment, buckling of columns. So we have to find out experimental buckling load and we compare it with the theoretical buckling load which you studied in Aerospace Vehicle Structures 1 subject. The second experiment in this particular Aerospace Vehicle Structures lab is nothing but the vibration experiment. So this setup completely, you can see that it is a vibration setup. So in this we have got sub experiments, like we are going to do free vibrations, we are going to do forced vibrations, we are going to do torsional vibrations. So for free vibrations, we do it manually, and there is a spring arrangement over here. So we try to excite this particular beam which is connected to the spring, and we find out what is the natural frequency. And then for forced vibrations, so we make use of this particular disc, and the force is given, so therefore the beam will subject it to vibrations. Now here also we find out natural frequency because of forced vibrations. In the third one, we try to calculate natural frequency for the case of torsion. So where we try to rotate this particular disc and we find out what is the natural frequency due to torsional vibrations. So the third experiment in this Aerospace Vehicle Structures lab is to determine the shear center position for the open section or the closed section. Now in this particular equipment, so this is the closed sections which you are able to see. D section, we call it as D section, right? So for this particular D section, we need to calculate the position of shear center experimentally, and we compare it with the theoretical value. So that is what the shear center of closed section, that is D section. And now here you can look at the other experiment, which is nothing but open section beam. So in this open section beam, we call this as channel section. So we have to calculate here also the shear center for the open section beam due to the application of load. Now one more experiment in this Aerospace Vehicle Structures lab is nothing but the Maxwell reciprocal theorem. Now this Maxwell's reciprocal theorem you studied theoretically in your classwork, whereas in lab you are going to do the experimental work. So here what do we do here? We consider a beam, and end positions may be hinged. When you keep your beam in this particular slot, we can call this as hinged beam. When you place it over here, it is called as a simply supported beam. When you place the beam in between this, then it is called as a fixed beam. So for all these three beams, you can calculate or verify Maxwell's reciprocal theorem, where you try to place the load at this particular point, and then you will keep the dial gauge over here. You will find out the deflection. Then in the next stage, you interchange the load and dial gauge positions, and thereby we compare both the deflections at points you can consider A and B points. Reciprocal theorem. The next experiment in this particular aerospace vehicle structure slab is nothing but non-destructive testing. So the name implies non-destructive. So without destructing a test piece, we need to perform the test. In this non-destructive testing, we have three more classifications. The first method, we call it as magnetic particle testing, where we use this magnetic yoke and we use the test piece and we try to find out the flaws, the hidden flaws in the test piece by using this magnetic yoke. So that is the first experiment. The second experiment in non-destructive testing is nothing but the ultrasonic testing. So now here we try to calculate the flaws from this particular test piece, which is aluminium block, you can see here. And in this aluminium block, we try to scan, or we try to put so we try to find out flaws in this particular test piece by using this transducer, and we try to apply grease or oil as a medium, and then we find out what are the flaws are there in this particular test piece using ultrasonic testing. And when you do the testing, then whenever you do test here, if any flaws are there, the flaws will visible over here in the ultrasonic device. So this can measure up to 5 cm to 5 meter range. It can test the flaws. So this ultrasonic testing will be very useful for detecting flaws on any of the rocket components or missile components. The next test in this non-destructive testing is nothing but the dye penetration test, where we use three types of sprays over here, which is nothing but remover, penetrant and developer. By using these sprays, and we'll spray onto the test piece, and if any flaws are there, we are going to find out in a different color. So that is nothing but dye penetration test. So in all these three tests, we are going to find out flaws without destructing the test piece. Testing. In mechanics of solid slab, you have done many tests, and all those tests are destructive. That means almost all the components you will either break, either bend, okay, so all the things you will do. Now here there is no destruction of any test piece. Without destructing the test piece, we have to perform the experiments in DT. So the last experiment in this particular lab, we are going to perform riveting. So here you can consider two aluminium plates, and these aluminium plates will be joined in different fashion according to whether we are doing with lap joint or butt joint, whether zigzag, okay. So according to that we can perform. For this we use clamps and we use rivet heads like this, and finally we make the joints like this. So like this lap joint with zigzag, okay, and butt joint when two plates are connected with the other plates, so that is butt joint, and then another plate like this, okay. So in this riveting we are going to find out only the fabrication for considering these rivets. So these are all the experiments we have in this aerospace vehicle structure slab, and in the coming up sessions we are going to study each experiment in detail. But before that, you have to go through the manual and the equipment, as well as what are the testing procedures and testing methods that we have to know before we do each experiment. Thank you for listening.